we will study about the adjective after the determiner from the roles of the adjective. The first role of the adjective in a clause is this. An adjective to describe an object with a determiner is stated to describe how the object is after. This is about the arrangement of the determiner and an adjective. The arrangement reflects the order to describe an object from outside of the object to inside of the object. Because a determiner specifies the range of the object to distinguish the object with the other objects, and an adjective describes the features to define the object specified into the range compared to the determiner stated ahead of the noun. The adjective is stated in a clause ahead of the noun or behind the noun after the determiner if it is stated in a clause. The determiner describes to specify the object. The other object indicated the same noun. The adjective also describes to specify the object, the other object that is also indicated by the same noun. The range of the description is different. An adjective describes a subject or an object as a constituent in a clause. The adjective describes with its own features to be defined as a noun. The determiner describes to specify the object with the features. The degree about how the object is definite in the conversation. The number, the belonging, or the adjective describes the object with how the object is with any features, as the adjective originated from the speaker describes a subject or an object with an adjective that has a role as a complement in a clause. The description by an adjective is applied to be qualified as a statement in a clause. An adjective that originated from a verb remains to have the transitivity of the verb. The adjective that originates from a transitive verb conveys the definition of the transitive verb to the object. The adjective that originates from an intransitive verb does not convey the definition of the intransitive verb to an object. From now on, we will study about the search of the adjective. The first search of the adjective is with the form of a present participle. A present participle that has the trait as the adjective describes the object to signify that the object starts the definition of the verb which the present participle originates from as the subject of the verb, and that the definition of the present participle lasts for a period. A present participle as an adjective signifies that the subject or the object described by the present participle starts to give the definition of the transitive verb that the present participle originates from. The form of the present participle connotes that the definition of the present participle lasts for a period. There is a clause, I respect the loving prince. The present participle loving as an adjective describes that the object indicated by the general noun prince is the subject. To start and give the definition of the transitive verb love, which the present participle loving originates from, to unstated object. The name of the participle means the relationship of the subject and the object. The present participle focuses on the subject. To start and give the definition of the transitive verb, the premise to consider the subject and the object relationship is that the verb has the transitivity. The past participle compared to the present participle, the past participle focuses on the object. To get the definition of the transitive verb and finishes the subject and the object relationship with the subject. The end of the relationship from the subject and the object comes from the object. To get the definition of the transitive verb, the end of the subject and the object relationship means that the subject and the object are in the original condition. The interaction between the subject and the object does not happen. The object indicated by the general noun prince is the subject. To start and give the definition of the transitive verb love to an object, because the present participle only focuses on the starting and giving the definition of the transitive verb, the object is not stated in this clause. The form of the present participle loving signifies that the definition of the present participle loving happens for a period, to include the time when the definition of the transitive verb respect happens. The object indicated by the phrase of the general noun, the loving prince, gets the definition of the transitive verb respect in this clause. The time when the object gets the definition of the transitive verb respect, the subject of the present participle loving starts and gives the definition of the transitive verb love. The simple present tense, a point in time as the present. The point in time set by the speaker is variable. A second, 100 years or more. The present participle is applied to emphasize the definition of the present participle lasts for a period set by the speaker. The second sort of the adjective is this, a past participle. A past participle that has the trait as the adjective describes the object to signify that the object gets the definition of the transitive verb which is the origin of the past participle, and finishes the interaction with the unstated subject, and that the definition of the past participle is finished before the definition of the verb. There is a clause, I see homework done. The past participle focuses on the object to get the definition of the transitive verb that the past participle originates from. In this case, the noun homework indicates an object. The object is described by the past participle done. The description by the past participle done, the object is revealed to get the definition of the transitive verb do from a subject who is not stated in the clause, with the transition of the definition from unstated subject to the object indicated by the noun homework. The interaction between the unstated subject and the object indicated by the noun homework is finished. At the time when the interaction between the unstated subject and the object is finished is the time before the definition of the transitive verb see happens. Let's think about this situation. When the speaker sees the homework is already done by someone. The object described by the past participle is the object that gets the transitive definition of the transitive verb which the past participle originates from. The intransitive verb does not have the transitivity. The past participle which originates from the intransitive verb does not exist because the intransitive verb does not convey the transitivity to an object. But the past participle originated from an intransitive exists. The past participle that has the trait as an adverb and originates from the intransitive verb describes the intransitive verb have to signify the response to a period in the perfect tense to describe the experience of a subject. The past participle originated from an intransitive verb is not applied to describe a subject or an object because the participle focuses on the interaction. The intransitive verb does not convey the definition from subject to an object. So the object does not have the definition to get from the subject in a clause with the intransitive verb. The perfect tense to describe the interaction with the period of time, and the period of time is not stated as subject in a clause. We consider the period of time as a premise stated. The past participle that from an intransitive verb is applied to describe the invisible interaction with the period of time, and the past participle done as an adjective describes the object indicated by the noun homework as the object to get the definition of the transitive verb do from an unstated subject, which the past participle done originates from, and finish the subject-object relationship with the unstated subject. The participle focuses on a part of the interaction. The form of the past participle done signifies that the object indicated by the noun homework gets the definition of the transitive verb do and finishes the interaction with the unstated subject before the object gets the definition of the transitive verb see from the speaker as the subject of the clause. The past participle as an adjective is applied to state the passive voice of the speaker. There is a clause, I am greeted. A speaker conveys the clause in a passive voice from the perspective of the speaker as an object to get the definition of the transitive verb greet. The past participle greeted that has the trait as an adjective describes the speaker who is the subject of the clause and the object of the transitive verb greet. The subject of the clause is the object to get the definition of the transitive verb greet. The third sort of the adjective is the to-infinitive. The to-infinitive has the traits as a noun, an adjective, or an adverb. A to-infinitive that has the trait of the adjective describes an object with an experience, a condition, or an action. The object described by the to-infinitive intends to actualize later than the point in time when the definition of the verb to describe the subject of the clause happens. The to-infinitive originates from the of the preposition to and the object of the preposition to. The preposition to mediates the subject and the object relationship. The object of the preposition to is a purpose of the subject. Happen. The fact that an experience, a condition, or an action is referred as a purpose means that the experience, condition, or action after the present. There is a clause, I want something to drink. The to-infinitive to drink describes the object indicated by the indefinite pronoun something as the object to get the action indicated by the to-infinitive to drink from the speaker as the subject of the clause. The object of the preposition to in the to-infinitive to drink is a proposed action by the subject indicated by the indefinite pronoun something. The subject indicated by the indefinite pronoun something of the preposition to exists for the action indicated by the root infinitive drink. The word to has the trait as a preposition, mediates the relationship between the subject and the object, that is the intention of the subject. The intention means that the subject proposes to the object. The preposition to of the to-infinitive is interpreted to mediate the subject indicated by the indefinite pronoun something and the action that is intended to happen after the definition of the transitive verb want by the subject as the object indicated by the root infinitive drink. The order in the arrangement of an adjective and a to-infinitive. The adjective and the to-infinitive, that is the trait of the adjective, are arranged according to the order of descriptions about the same object in the clause. The adjective to describe the condition of object at the same time when the definition of the verb happens describes the object ahead of the to-infinitive to describe the experience, condition, or action to happen later than the definition of the verb. There is an example. I want something cool to drink. The adjective cool describes the condition of the object indicated by the indefinite pronoun something. The condition of the object is about the present. However, the to-infinitive to drink describes the proposed action later than the present. The arrangement of the adjective to describe the present condition comes ahead of the to-infinitive that has the trait of the adjective. The present condition of the with the description of the adjective cool. Object indicated by the indefinite pronoun something to get the definition of the transitive verb want to signify the speaker as the subject will make the action indicated by the to-infinitive to drink happen after the definition of the transitive verb want happens with the description by the to-infinitive to drink. Thank you for watching.